The communications from the lander was lost.
Welcome back to our channel. Today, we have an interesting topic to discuss. Chandrayaan-2, India's ambitious lunar mission. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned, but let's dive into the details and understand what happened. I have explained the mission details in previous video. So, I am starting from landing on Moon. The Indian Space Research Organization lost contact with Vikram on the day of landing when it was barely 335 meters from the surface of the Moon. The initial data from the space agencies, telemetry tracking and command center suggested that the failure occurred in the fine braking phase in the final part of Vikram's journey, which kicked in when the lander was 5 kilometers from the lunar surface. The giant screens installed at the center showed that the green line, which represented the lander, began deviating from the time its altitude was just above 2 kilometers and continued to deviate before stopping at a point that was clearly below 1 kilometer altitude and somewhere near or below 500 meters. At that time, the module was still moving with a vertical velocity of 59 meters per second and a horizontal velocity of 48.1 meters per second. The lander was at that point around 1.09 kilometers from its designated landing spot on the Moon. According to plan, Vikram was supposed to lose most of its velocity by the time it was 400 meters from the lunar surface and should have been hovering above the intended landing site, set to make a soft vertical descent at walking pace, but due to its high velocity, it crashed on the Moon surface. ISRO chairman S. Somanath pointed out 3 mistakes that led to the hard landing of Vikram. The primary issues were, we had 5 engines which were used to give the reduction of the velocity, which is called retardation. These engines developed higher thrust than what was expected. He explained that the extra thrust led to the accumulation of errors, which in turn compromised the stability of the lander during the camera coasting phase for the soft landing. This is where the second problem occurred. All the errors got accumulated, which was on the higher side than what they had expected. The craft had to make very fast turns. When it started to turn very fast, its ability to turn was limited by the software because they never expected such high rates to come. The third problem emerged when the lander, despite being close to the surface, increased its velocity as the landing site was quite far away. Somanath said this partially happened because the landing spot was quite a small patch of 500 by 500 meters. In a nutshell, the problem in Chandrayaan-2 was that the ability to handle parameter dispersion was very limited. Despite the partial failure, it's important to note that the orbiter component of Chandrayaan-2 was a success. The orbiter was successfully placed into lunar orbit and continues to operate even today. While the lander and rover did not achieve their intended goal, it's essential to recognize the tremendous effort and dedication of the scientists and engineers involved in the Chandrayaan-2 mission. Failures are a part of any scientific endeavor, and they help us learn and improve for future missions. The experience gained from Chandrayaan-2 will undoubtedly contribute to India's future space exploration efforts. That's all for today's video. We hope you found this information on Chandrayaan-2 informative. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more exciting updates on space exploration and science.